Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. I'm so excited to be here on this beautiful rising. Listen here. This is After Hours with Queen Tulsa. I'm really, really, really excited to be here today. Let me see. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? All right, so we're back. Okay, we are back. We're going to cover some hot topics tonight. This is something new that I'm trying. After dark, celebrity news. For those of you that be up late night and just kind of need a place to go and listen in and catch up on all of the tea. Okay, catch up on all of the tea. Now, speaking of all of the tea, we are going to go ahead and head on over to Instagram because y'all already know I love me some Instagram. Now, let's get into this. Hopefully, we're able to bring it up, though. Good. Okay, good. Here we are. So,
I was only
resurfaced clip of Bernice Burgos saying her good days of bartending, she was bringing home AK a night. Now, if you don't know who Bernice Burgos is, she is the lady that was associated with Rashida's husband. She's from the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yeah, let's get into it.
Working there only on a Sunday. Coming home. I don't like to talk like I'm cocky and stuff like that. Just coming home with $8,000. Good days.
Bartending?
Yes.
That's why I say I ruined it for the script.
No, they made their money too because I was the type of person like if you're gonna mess with me and we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like I already know we working. Just interact, and I'm gonna make sure he throw you some money. Like we all here to get money.
I've been to Starbucks before, and I don't remember what none of the scripts look like, but I can remember what 3 or 4 girls behind the bar look like.
Well, you remember the nice looking ones, right?
Yes.
Right, exactly. And the thing is, you just bring in more customers into the club in general to make it more popping for everybody.
It's just bringing. It's just, and then.
And getting like celebrities to come out.
Right.
It's not even
it's how you carry yourself.
Bernice brought a lot of celebrities out.
You know what
I'm
saying? Yes, I did.
Absolutely.
It's how you carry yourself and who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like right now at this stage, bartenders is not, carrying themselves like because they, making.
Child. So she's letting us know that she had brought in like $8K a night. I would say that's pretty good money. I mean, $8K a night. That's like a lot. That's some decent money.
Yesterday.
Bernice Burgos revealed she made up to $70,000 on her best nights as a bartender in New York City, despite Joe Budden calling her drinks the worst. What are y'all thoughts?
Our new AI training assistant? Yeah, it's impressive. In one afternoon, I managed to get through my.
They want to boost themselves up. I don't see anything wrong with it, She was a bartender. We don't know how much money she made, but allegedly, and apparently she's made some type of money. Okay, now let's get into the story that I was really just on getting in here. Let's get in close. Okay, shout out to our friends over at the Jasmine brand. Okay, yes. The Jasmine brand's update. Dr. Jamal Bryant responds to Ray J's baseless and unfounded threats. Okay, so that's Ray J right there. Ray J looking old. Ray J's looking old. Oh my God, he's aging. He's definitely aging. Let's go ahead and see. So Jamal Bryant says, I was so grateful to recently interview one of the few mavericks of this generation, Ray J, who has been more impactful in many different fields. It was both surprising and disheartening to wake up to unfounded threats and baseless accusations directed at me. As part of our commitment to honest dialogue, we ensure that specific comments with potential legal ramifications were edited out of the interview to safeguard the interest of brother beloved. Our Jamal Bryant podcast mission is to foster authentic and constructive conversation with thought leaders, and this episode was no exception. We are a live to tape production that ordinarily makes no edits. However, in the spirit of brotherhood, it was nixed with the agreement that no other adjustments would be made as a Jamal Bryant podcast. Let's be clear. Endeavors to be earnest and transparent on every episode, Though private agreements have now been brought into the public eye, I refuse to be embroiled in a battle that demeans our community and all that I stand for. I love my brother unconditionally, and I stand on my agreed promise. Grace and peace to you all. Let's get into this video.
Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit.
Oh,
Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Brian need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that fucking interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now.
Did I laugh out loud? Listen here, let me go ahead and let me recognize our royals this evening. Well, this rising. Today is Wednesday, November the 13th. The current time is 1:41 a.m. Central Time. We have Miss Tiara in the building. Okay. We have MJE in here. Hit the like, please, Tiara. Miss Judy Coles. How are you? Grand Rising. Okay. Okay, listen here. Ray J is not, he just needs to go and ride the scooters or whatever it is that he makes. I'm not really sure what's going on, but in my head, those are the spirits that were left in Hollywood from the people that maybe partied, maybe have been around him. We do know that he was around Miss Whitney Houston, and he was also around Miss Wendy Williams. And we kind of know how that's going. Mm-hmm. Ray J has been on this call to get more people, to get more, if you know what I mean, the harvesting. This is the harvesting season. If you can go there with me, okay. Remember that viral video of P. Diddy? He's like, I need new talent. I'm looking for this, that, and the third. Send your emails, send your resumes. I'm looking for new talent. I need you. I need this. It seems like Ray J is on that same outcry. Ray J has went over to Nicki Minaj, and actually he met Mrs. Petty that day. Let's be clear. He met Mrs. Petty that day. In other words, the interview was just so outlandish. I know Mrs. Petty, Nicki Minaj, wanted to say, like, who sent you? Like, who you working for? Because that's what it's given. It's given that he's working for someone. He come after Jaguar Wright. He wants to have a sit down with her. Ray J, I wouldn't even sit down with you. And I'm a hot commodity. People are checking for me. Oh no, I wouldn't even sit down with you. No way. It seems as though you should have stayed in your little place as Brandy's little brother. I liked you better as Brandy's little brother. We didn't have to see you. We didn't have to hear you. You know? I mean, you were so humble. Okay? Very humble. Even with you having all of these businesses, it's given, if I didn't know any better, you slightly look like Diddy. It's given you are doing more than Justin, right? Or is his name Christian Combs? That's the one that looks like him, right? You are giving Christian Combs right now. And then you were just running away from the Combs entourage just last week. So it's like, are you asking, telling the people like, hey, I'm ready to get up out of here? That's what it's given. It's given that you are ready to take a ride in that hearse. It is. I mean, because when we talk about West Coast, East Coast, we have Diddy locked up, and he's trying. We're going to get on him in a minute. Let's get on you and Prince's Love. You totally dogged that woman out. Remember the time where you allegedly left her stranded? See, this is the thing. You might be up to date, but you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I think now these rappers, male and female, actors, actresses, I think everybody that is human, right, are starting to feel this effects. I mean, heck, even Jay-Z is out here telling the people, or he had a conversation with a company, his employees could not discuss Jay-Z in email and text message or nothing. You get what I'm saying? So when you talk about the climate that we're in, and we're talking about celebrities, right? Like I said, there's this Diddy list. Ray J had come out on several occasions. Oh, well, we just need to just wait. Listen here, do you all truly, seriously believe that Ray J had no clue about these parties and what they entail? You have to go here. Go to Bow Wow. Bow Wow was out here having withdrawals like Diddy was having withdrawals in jail. He was out here having live withdrawals of those parties. Oh my God, those were the best parties. Well, I guess so when you're low on funds. Child, they said that, listen here. They said that it was like a tray, allegedly. They said that, honey, it was a tray. You just passed the tray around. You didn't have to worry about bringing your funds, honey. It was just pass me the tray. Like pass the Cavassier, pass me the tray. Okay? And that's what allegedly they were doing. In my opinion, in my head, it's okay for a girl to think outside the box. I'm just trying to paint a story of a Hollywood party. You have all these millionaires. I mean, people have money. So, you know, you have to look at it like this. Have you ever been in a space where you didn't, you know, have you ever been in a space where you were less fortunate? You saw somebody that was way fortunate, and this particular person would hold their nose up in the air, I don't do a McDonald's, oh, I don't do Dunkin' Donuts, I prefer Starbucks, those type of people. It's kind of the same way in the industry. It's like a rank. If you're just now coming in, you have people that's going to look down on you. Like, who is this person? Right? It goes back to being humble. Ray J was seen with Amber Rose with the MAGA hat on. Make America Great Again. With Amber Rose, really? Sometimes I just have to step back, evaluate the situation, and just say, hey, just because a person might have all these assets and things like that, are they really happy? One, are they taking care of their mental health? When we think about siblings in the business, let's think about Beyonce and Solange, right? Beyonce's number one. She's the oldest sister. You get what I'm saying? She's the oldest sister, and so she was a part of the Destiny Child when it was 4 members. It was Beyonce and the girls. When it was Beyonce and the girls, Beyonce was, she shared the spotlight to a certain extent with her sister, right? So her sister was going to get some shine regardless. But if you look at it, Beyonce and the girls, they were eventually phased out. There was a new Destiny had 3. Destiny ended up having 3 members or 3 children, because I believe it was like 4 or 5 at first. So not really sure what happened to the other 2. Okay, maybe they, you know what? I'm not gonna go there. But Destiny had 3 children, and eventually there was only one surviving artist that was at the forefront out of Destiny's Child. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. Moving right along. All right. Yes. You said exactly. Yep. Looking for trouble. Absolutely. It's the cat call, Hey, I'm right here. And see, this is the thing. This allegedly is what they use for when it's time for you to go to glory, Oh, well, he was manic. He was on rugs. He was outburst. He was hallucinating. Y'all saw him, right? Get into it. LOL. Yes. Hey, y'all, really pie. Yes. And you know what? Solange is very much so fierce, my Cancer sister. I love me some Solange, y'all. One thing about me, oh my God, graves in the sky, that is when I'm really into it, And then I love how she's just like so natural, right? We need more Solange.
We need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit.
Oh. Now I want to say this right here. Okay, so somebody's going to get snatched off the pulpit. And see, let's dive into this because it seems like Ray J has something that he wants to hide. Now, I just can't go off of the story like that. We've got to break this down. I got to make it make sense to you. I miss Miss Wendy Williams. If anybody knows her, you let her know that we love her, we care about her, and she's definitely on our mind, okay? Now, listen here. We got to delve into this, okay? I want to delve into this particular situation because he says, you know, there were some legalities and things that, you know, incriminate. You know, I think that there were some incriminating things that Ray J said in that interview because you know what? See, this is the thing. I don't care what master or how many you serve, baby. Somebody need to hear this. I don't care how many people you serve. At the end of the day, every knee must bow. We all got to take that walk. We all gonna be up out of here one day. But there's only so much you can take. We cannot get through this alone. Understand that and overstand that. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to address your mental health. It's okay not to be okay. And I think that we need to normalize Black man, Black woman, Black community. It's okay to feel. It's okay to recognize that you want to change. It's okay that you don't want to stay the same. You want to elevate, you want to kaizen, you want to learn new things. It's okay if you step outside the box. It's okay that you choose you. And it's okay to feel those feelings. You're human. It's okay to speak up. And that's real. Because we have these stereotypes, you know, and, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses, per se. I'm going to tell you the best feeling is healing. That's the best feeling, y'all. I'm going to tell you this. The best feeling is healing. Healing whatever it is. You just have to want it. Just like we make time for the things that we want. To do, to drink, to party, to hook up and get laid. We make time for those things, right? So we take our energy back from some of those things that are not serving us. We can take that energy and we can move it to something else where we can thrive. Because energy, it doesn't die. It transforms. So what are you going to do with your energy? What are you going to do with your energy? You know how we say, oh, I ain't giving them no energy. I ain't giving them my energy. I'm not giving them my energy. What are you going to do with this energy? Are you going to sit in it, or do you want to transform it for the benefit of yourself and others? because you're not the only one that benefits when you get your healing. Those around you, and that's why it's so important to be connected with yourself, the higher power, the most high, however you refer to them. Whether if we want to acknowledge it or not, that's Dr. Pastor Jamal Bryant. Ray J has to account for his actions. All right, y'all give us one moment. We're going to go and we're going to log into we're logging into Instagram. We're going to be live on Instagram as well. Yeah, we are live on Instagram as well. Okay. Oh, no. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. I haven't been on Instagram in a minute. Thank you all so much for supporting the Queen. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right. Let me introduce ourselves. Hello, Instagram. Thank you so much, and welcome to Celebrity News After Hours with Queen Tulsa here at Goddess Tulsa Radio on Instagram. I'm so excited to have you here this evening. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, share this out with your friends, your family, and those that, got a little insomnia. We're doing it for you. I know it's been a minute. Listen here, we're not only streaming from Instagram, we're streaming from Facebook at the Queen Tulsa Show on Facebook. And we are streaming from YouTube, Queen Tulsa, the main channel, and also Next Case with Queen Tulsa. All right, so the topic at hand that we are discussing right now is Ray J, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Do you all feel that Pastor Jamal Bryant should go to local authorities and maybe get a restraining order? Ray J appears to be out of order. He appears to be on, allegedly, something that alters him, because I'm used to seeing Ray J in a professional setting. When he's on screen, well, really, I don't know, because, he's kind of unhinged all over the place, but it just seems like it's gotten worse. It's gotten out of hand, and so we have to pray for the brother. But I want to play this audio so you all can hear it with me one more time.
Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Brian need to talk, because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that fucking interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like.
Listen here. At this point, he's letting them know. Listen here. I'm from the streets. Listen here. How many times have we heard these thugs running up in the church, getting buck with the pastor? I mean, for heaven's sakes, we had Bishop Whitehead, the New York pastor, the flashy guy who wear the suits and things like that. Somebody brought weapons in his church, and made him get down on his knees. What is up with these churches? I believe, what did Pastor, no, was it Pastor Jamal's church where the woman, she was in there, she was, and he was like, be quiet, shut up, be quiet. Was that his church?
Be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, we need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Got nothing but love.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these comments. You already know I love the comments.
Got nothing.
Okay, so listen here. Shout out to the Jasmine Brand update. Dr. Jamal Bryant has spoken out after Ray J threatened him over a recent interview. The mega church pastor said he was disheartened by Ray J's post and was actually grateful for their conversation. Do you think Ray J went too far? Comment and let us know. Roll that beautiful bean footage. So are they playing the darn interview or not? Someone says, I'd just like to know who's actually scared of Ray J. Legal ramifications. What in the Diddy did Ray J say? Exactly. That right there. It's that comment right there for me. It's that comment right there for me. Listen here. Got excited. That was it. That was a question. Damn, what was said in this interview? Do y'all think that, and I was going to move on to this one, great publicity either way, because who even knew about this podcast? But see, this is my thing. When you're sitting out here going at a pastor and about an interview and like, where is the Norwoods? Like, where's his parents? Where's his parents? Whew, I guess once you get in that Kardashian family, honey, in some type of way, honey, it's just never right, allegedly. So I'm sure we're all wondering the same thing. Why even do the interview if you didn't want it to be made public? Threatening pastor is wild. But you know, anything for clout. Anything for clout, child. This clout peel is just way out of control. You know, someone says it's probably a ploy for people to watch the interview. You know, at this point, I'm that was VP Kamala Harris receives a major round of applause as she arrives at the White House for the first time since the presidential election. All right now.
Can't get over these numbers. $10 million for Beyonce to step up and back Kamala Harris publicly. $5 million for Megan Thee Stallion. $3 million for Lizzo. $1.8 million for Eminem.
Ooh, child, a lot. Listen here. 38-year-old woman sentenced to 50 years in prison after her 8-year-old son was beaten to unalivement by her boyfriend. Her other children were forced to live with their brother's corpse for a year. Oh my goodness. Trigger warning. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Neighbors, we live in a sick world. A 38-year-old will spend the next 50 years in prison following her pleading guilty to causing serious bodily injury by omission in the unalivement of her 8-year-old son, Kendrick Lee. Gloria Yvette Williams told court officials she regretted allowing her children to live with her son's deceased body and claimed she only did it to keep them away from the 34-year-old boyfriend, Brian Ward Coulter. After a 5-day trial, Coulter was sentenced to life without parole for being found guilty of unaliving Williams' 8-year-old Kendrick Lee. During Williams' trial, her attorney stressed that Coulter was the man behind the abuse, but prosecutors continued to highlight her inaction. Texts were found of Williams questioning Coulter's abuse while gushing about her deep love for him. According to reports, Williams' 15-year-old son called the cops back in October 2021 with claims that he and his 7 and 10-year-old siblings had been living with their brother's deceased body for a year. During an investigation, authorities discovered that following Kendrick's unalivement, his mother and her boyfriend covered his body using a blue blanket and moved to another apartment, leaving behind the kids. Cops arrested the couple a week after the 15-year-old 911 call. During the trial, the siblings testified that they saw Coulter repeatedly punch, kick, and assault Kendrick until he stopped blinking during the beating. The 15-year-old had been communicating with Williams well before he called the police, letting her know that he could not take anymore. Neighbors, 50 years seems light. What do y'all think about this? What do you all think about this? What do you think on the tape? Done as stuff. You know what? Listen here. Well, we already know that Ray J has no issue with taking it all off and getting on a camera. I mean, for heaven's sakes, he did it twice. Once, yes, and twice. Because Kris Jenner wanted to see it. She wanted to see it. Roll the tape. No. Let's do a double take. Okay. Hey, Norris Tony. How are you? All right, let's get into it. So someone says, why can't they both get the needle? Oh, I am Natasha Simona. I really, really love that lady. She is so cool. She reminds me of Miss Wendy Williams. Here, this is her channel. Look, the Oscars. She's got Miss Wendy Williams up there. Oh my God, such a big fan. Hold up, the father didn't even check in for over a year. I grieve over my baby every day and miss him with every inch of my soul. I protected him from any and everything. How could a mother let someone hurt her child? Oh my God, I hate it. Poor baby, rest in heaven. It's just not right. Absolutely. I really wish I could save all the children who are going through this. Yes. This is why the my man before my kids crowd can never come near me. That part. Imagine loving a man more than your children. She needs to be under the prison with the man. Absolutely. I would never understand why people have children just to end up abusing them in some shape or form. So sad because kids are so innocent. Yes. Listen here, we're going to be here for a while. But right now, I do want to take a moment and let's just go on a quick commercial break. This is just the time for you all to go get a snack. Go ahead and let me see. Maybe, yeah, go get your snacks and I'll be right back.
You want to make $1 million by next year?
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So Rico, you can come up, but we are not doing profanity tonight. And shout outs to my primetime mixer crew. Hey Rico, how are you?
Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mic check. I'm doing delicious fuzzy key, but I just had a question, child.
Oh, what's your question? Is it pertaining to the topics?
It's pertaining to the topic, but I couldn't even drop down because somebody got me blocked.
We saw you.
Who? I didn't drop down.
Okay, so what's the tea?
Oh, I'm just trying to see like what's good. Like what's the issue?
Not tonight, Rico. We're on a whole different show, sweetheart. This is not the time to get your moment, okay? We are actually carrying on a show, okay? And we are working on hot topics. So if you can't work with the hot topics and the topics that we're on, we're just gonna ask you to come on back, okay? We're gonna move right along. All right. Now get into this. This is shout out to our friends at It's On Site. Video release of alleged unalivers interrogation in rapper Julio Fulio's case. Officer says, I can't believe it took this many years for somebody to unalive him. Let's take a listen.
Honest to God, what do you know about Julio Fulio? Let's start from there. I think he's a piece of shit. I watched all those videos. I went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, we all did.
I mean, that Joker's desecrating graves. He is asking to be killed. There is no doubt about it.
It was inevitable.
I can't believe it took this many years for somebody to kill him. Honest to God. What do you know about Julio Fulio? Let's start from there. I think he's a piece of shit. I watched all those videos. I went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, we all did.
I mean, that Joker's desecrating graves. He is asking to be killed. There is no doubt about it.
It was inevitable.
I can't believe it took this many years for somebody to kill him. Honest to God.
Wow, what do y'all think about that? Newly released footage shows officers interrogating one of the alleged unalivers of rapper Julio Fulio. In a shocking tactic to build rapport, and officers heard making some pretty horrible statements about the late rapper. Now, as a true crime junkie and an avid interrogation watcher, I must say, when officers use statements like that, it's often called a rapport building or a minimization tactic. These are psychological techniques used to make the suspect feel more comfortable or to downplay the severity of their actions, encouraging them to open up. Although it's disturbing to hear, it'd be interesting to find out if it worked for him to start telling. Whew, let's get into these comments, child.
What do you know about Julio Fulio? Let's start from.
Okay, we already heard it. What you said. Tactic to get Buddy comfortable and think he got a friend so he can talk. You blanks fall for it every time. After seeing every first 48 they ever made this how they move, calm down. What? Okay. Somebody said report tactic indeed only successful with male officers, just as the black female officer on the first 48 used to try to be motherly and comforting with phrases like, I know it's tough growing up without a father. Other end of the spectrum, same tactic. Detective is doing his job and the suspect should never have talked to a detective without a lawyer. He just playing good cop and bad cop. In 5 minutes, Buddy will be drinking a pops and smashing a burger. This happens all the time on the first 48. Y'all cops say anything during interrogation? Well, you know, in that moment, being that it's a tactic that they are taking, an approach that they're taking, trying to get out the truth.
What makes me soft and gooey?
Oh my goodness. Child, I thought that was Caitlyn Jenner. Martha Stewart playfully pushes Drew Barrymore as Drew rubs her arm. Wrong gender. Let's get into it.
Soft and gooey.
Yeah, what
Treatment.
soft and gooey treatment
Yes.
when you're treated like a lady.
Nicer. It's nice.
Someone comes in and
You're the wrong gender.
I know.
What makes me soft?
Child, what was Drew on? Drew looked like, y'all listening here. Get into it.
Soft and gooey.
Yeah, what
Treatment.
soft and gooey treatment
Yes.
when you're treated like a lady.
Nicer. It's nice.
Someone
You know, why does she appear to be in the clouds? Does it seem like that to y'all? Or is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, let's take a look.
someone comes in and
You're the wrong gender.
I know.
Okay, so she's just sitting there rubbing on that lady. It's like sexual harassment. Like, you brought me on the show. You got all my magazines plastered up. Let's talk about that. Why is your finger in your mouth? Why is your finger in your mouth? You're looking at me like you're ready to take me to Pound Town. That would have been my question. Like, why are you looking at me like you ready to take me to Pound Town? Girl, bag up. And I would have gave her the nice, 50 feet, please.
No.
Yes. All right. Let's get into these comments. Let's see what the people are saying.
What makes me soft and gooey?
Honey, I'm
Soft.
just gonna let that play. All right. So the people in the comments says Martha's doc was so good, y'all. All this time I thought that lady really did something to go to prison. They locked her up for lying because they couldn't get her for what they wanted her for. Martha, to me, has never been the touchy-feely type with anyone. Martha said, get the hell on, Drew. I've been wanting someone to push Drew out of their personal space since she started that show. Martha was like, nah, I ain't gay. This ain't no lesbo flow. Okay, get into it. I have a hard time understanding why Drew be all up in people's faces. It's so cringe. I know she means well, but she doesn't understand boundaries, and that drives me crazy. That would drive me up the wall too. Like, girl, back up. Like, hold on. That would, you know what? So listen here, Drew, whenever you have me on your show in the future, just, you know what? Just you sit on one side, I'm gonna sit on the other side, because I don't want you all up in my face. You know? I just don't. Give me my space. Let's get into this. All right, Houston celebrity hotspot seeking under fire for refusing to pay employees. Ooh,
It's an IT nightclub in Houston, and young women are making a coin working there. Until now,
I'm just not getting paid.
Bartenders and bottle girls say that the owner is about the cheeks and not their checks.
It's like $750, about $5,000 now.
Employees airing it all out on social media.
These clubs gonna get enough of playing with these bottle girls.
What's allegedly going on behind closed doors at the popular Sakai Club, and what the owner told us we started asking questions. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Kevin Hart, Carisha, Natalie Nunn, Sexy Red. You just never know who's going to pop up at Sakai. It's well known in the Houston area as the nightclub with the swimming pool inside. Daytime or nighttime, you can often expect female staffers to come serve you, not only with a smile, but with their bikinis on as well. And we're told, too, that it's really hard to work there. In fact, one woman came forward and told us that she moved all the way from Detroit to Houston to become a bottle girl and a waitress there, oftentimes making upwards of $800 in a weekend. But that stopped in August 2024 when several employees came forward telling us that their payments, their cash tips, stopped while all the partying and the celebrity appearances were still popping 10.
All right, listen here, child. They gotta, girl, you gotta pay.
If you have a low credit, this hack is for you.
Like, girl, you gotta pay your employees. You got to pay those employees. Let's go ahead and get into these comments. Y'all know the comments are about to sound off, child. Someone says, I live in Houston and don't know where this is. LOL. Well, sis, do you even go out? Are you out in the scenery like that? That means that, child, it's been a while since you've been out. If you didn't know about the spot. All right, let's get into it. So someone else says, months? So y'all been working for free. Y'all called Shade Room and not the government? The owner's about the cheeks and not their checks. Justin, please. Okay? How can you continue to work knowing they owe you $5K? Ain't no way. After they missed that first check, I'm not allowing no one to get that deep in a hole with me. I'm calling it out and laying it on the table because don't play with my money. Period. Stop moving to Houston. Only the strong survive. You know, I love me some Houston. Wait, old girl uprooted her life and moved from Detroit to Houston for $800 a weekend. Child, listen here. Child, listen. Now, listen here. This was a story that I did want to cover as well. Okay, what are y'all thoughts on that? Are y'all still here with me? Let me know that y'all still here with me. Let me know you still here with me. All right, here we go. A man was found unalive in a Planet Fitness tanning bed 3 days after he entered. Listen, y'all, listen. Those gyms, honey. Listen, you got to be careful. You got to be aware of your surroundings. That's any and everywhere. I don't care if you're in a Walmart. Y'all, make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. You know, and keep an eye out, you know, for somebody in an emergency. You know, we don't know these people's history and what they have going on. You know, we encounter people on a daily basis. So I'm just saying, you know, let's just kind of keep our ears and eyes open when we are out in these streets. Let's go ahead. Okay, y'all are with me? Yes. All right. Thank you. Let's go.
Hey, good morning to you both. We know that this man was reported missing on Friday after coming here to the gym. However, he wasn't found until Monday morning inside of the tanning bed here. And keep in mind, this was all while the gym was open over the weekend. And the biggest question this morning is, how did this go unnoticed? Now, I want you to take a look at your screen. This is 39-year-old Derek Sink, who was found dead Monday morning here at the Planet Fitness. Family members tell us that Sink was a loving man, but also struggled with drugs. They tell us that there was a needle also found in the room with him. Many people taking to social media overnight questioning how employees could let this happen. One man writing, quote, "I wondered what was going on because it smelled weird and they had a tanning bed blocked off today when I was there." Now, right now, Metro Police aren't saying much in their investigation other than that they are investigating a death here. Planet Fitness.
Good morning, Matthew.
Yeah, good morning.
All right.
Also says they are working with the franchise owner of this location to work to determine what happened. Now, Sink's family also tells us that they hope moving forward, Planet Fitness will have more stricter cleaning policies as well as more end-of-the-day checkups by their employees in hopes of preventing this from happening again. Ladies.
Matthew, thank you. And learning more about it.
Also said,
oh, child, now get into that. Imagine going to the gym and getting up in that tanning bed, honey, and not getting up out of it. Child. Well, they did say that, his family said that he had a rug problem, and, they found a needle.
Also says they are working with the franchise.
Said that it was a needle nearby. The gym remained open the entire time with the man going unnoticed in the tanning bed. Child, that goes to show you employees weren't cleaning like they were supposed to. How do you go 3 days without cleaning tanning beds? Y'all let that man cook for 3 days and nobody smelled or checked? Was the tanning bed just for him? Because there's no way customers and all that walking by and didn't smell nothing. What are the procedures, logging systems in place when checking, sanitizing gym amenities? This is so unfortunate. Absolutely. What movie did this somewhat happen in? Was it Final Destination? So they not cleaning the tanning bed. Nobody checked it, cleaned it, nothing. Everybody just went home after work. Listen here. Everybody just went home after work after 3 days. So they don't clean their facility. It sounds like that. Y'all should let everybody cancel their membership without the runaround. This is sick. Absolutely. Listen here, I'm gonna cancel my membership quick, fast, and in a hurry, and honey, and I need something for pain and suffering. Okay. Now listen here. We got the Neighborhood Talk reports. Oh, Trick Daddy says Africans think they're better than Black Americans after receiving Black backlash for his previous statement. Take your aid back to your country. I'm from America. They can't deport me. Oh, let's get into it.
My grandma ain't never tell me one story about no motherfucking Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here. So what you pussies worry about me saying that I'm not African? I'm just American. The fuck is wrong with you niggas? You niggas got a problem? And fuck your motherfucking podcast. Fuck your show, nigga. Don't bring my motherfucking name up. I don't know you pussies. So I'm not bringing you niggas' name. I'm still not saying you niggas' name. So what the fuck you mean this show you can talk about? You got my name in your mouth, pussy. Both of you looking-like ass pussies. And I'm with the shit. I don't care how old I am. But we about the same age, nigga.
Grand Rising, BDZ.
Oh, y'all, but Africa this. Ain't there one of you motherfuckers trying to go back to Africa? Who tried to go back to Africa? Everybody come over here to America, talk about, because back at home, because back in my country, take your ass back to your country. I'm from America. They can't deport me.
All right now. Listen here. Trick Daddy went in. Okay? He said what he said. And it is what
my mama can't tell me not one story.
So check this out, y'all. Let's get into these comments. Black folks is finally treated special. We got a SS card and don't know how to act. He's right, though. Africans think they're better than us while benefiting from what we built in America. Okay, let's get up into it. He look African more than some Africans. All right, now, come on. Where is this anger towards Africans come from, Trick Sir? Oh, child. Y'all hate to admit he's 1000% correct. Foundational Black Americans are the only non-immigrant group. We can't be deported because our ancestors built this nation from the bottom. We are not the same as Africans as we have our own lineage. I would agree that Black America is more fitting than African American. He's 1000% correct. We didn't want anybody telling us anything about Africa. much less calling us Africans and hating Africa and hating the Africans. We ended up hating ourselves without even realizing it. Malcolm X. Whew, y'all, we are of African descent. What is going on? Oh, child. Listen here, leave it up to Trick Daddy. It was. He said he had to let y'all know where he was coming from. Okay, now get into this. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. DC's Mayor Muriel Bowser has a plan in case district has to defend itself as Trump plans concerning changes. Let's roll.
And discussing and planning for many months in the case that the district has to defend itself. And we know about threats to our police department, and in a very volatile time, those threats were made, but not executed. So what I think is important for all DC residents to recognize, we're not in a new place. We've been in this place before. And what we have done is we followed the law and we defended ourselves. And that would be our approach in any further occurrence. And certainly it's my job as mayor to plan and think about the worst case scenarios. The president enforces our immigration policies, not mayors, not governors. And that's nothing new. And so I think that we know what his stance is. The nation knows what his stance is, and he was elected to execute on his platform, I assume, in that regard. So we don't know what it's going to look like. I've heard just like all of you from the person that he's going to put in charge. And I think we should expect, and we don't know where it's going to start. I'm not sure it matters where it starts, but people who are not documented, I think, are vulnerable.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I feel bad because some of the people that are not documented, you know, the ones that I have met, as my friends, as like, you know, in community when I lived in certain places, I appreciated the ones that, you know, was over here doing their thing, working and being an upstanding citizen. Now, there are some immigrants that come over here and they, you know, are violent and things like that, like, you know, the Colorado situation. I'm not talking about let's save those people. No, they need to go back. They over here trying to like harm innocent people. Like, that's not what we're about. You want to come over here, work and get yourself together, get you a business. I mean, I have family members that, you know, that are mixed, you know, so they're my family as well. You know, I don't know their background and if anybody over there is undocumented, but I know that it will affect, you know, the ones that are here. But it's just something that is very uncomfortable to talk about. But my prayers is up for anybody that, you know, has to get deported and, you know, go back to, you know, because I know like in Mexico, it can be very dangerous there, like in certain parts. And then when you start talking about the cartel, you know, it can get very scary.
We have
real quick. Okay. Let's go ahead and read some of these comments. Someone says, I'm glad she's trying to plan early. I'm interested to know what they will do with the kids with sponsors. The audacity of a felon trying to take over a city's police force over crime. He should be the one in prison. Some of y'all just eat up this nonsense. This can't be real life. She needs to do something about all of the crime that's already happening in the city. Someone else says something needs to be done in DC because the crime is out of control. I knew Mayor Big Gum Small Teeth will show up. You know what? Y'all know what? I didn't say that. That was somebody in the comments. This can't be a real world. Perfect time to have another lapse in security as it's riding through the streets. The movie Civil War was a preview of what's to come. I suggest everyone watches it to familiarize the new normal. I don't blame her. All Republican control is not good. So a female mayor prepared to defend DC against Trump is all, and also a female AG of New York, both African American women. Nonetheless, wonder who will be next. Oh. When you talk about politics and things like that, it can get scary. It can definitely get scary. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, hold on. It says Oklahoma City cop is 7-year-old cancer patient. Trump says he will give cops immunity. Let's take a look. Oh no.
That too, huh?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the
The way
cop.
where
I'm the
your
cop.
vehicle was located, your
Cop
vehicle was
car.
not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No. No, I have plan. I thought I need the ambulance.
Yeah, I'm gonna call an ambulance.
No, ma'am. Look, he get aggressive with a man. He get aggressive with the man. He's just an older gentleman. I didn't see where he was gonna cause any harm. Wow, you talk about excessive force. This cop used excessive force, y'all. Look at this. Hold on, let me zoom in. I want y'all to see this. Get in close. All right, let's see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That too, huh?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the cop.
The way where
I'm the
your
cop
vehicle
car.
was located, your
Cop
vehicle was
car.
not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
Oh,
No. See, sir.
okay, so I know what it was. He told the cop to shut up. And the cop didn't like the word shut up. Oh, wow. Cops get immunity now. LOL. This is unfortunate, but as a Black woman, my cape is off. Okay. Following the incident, VU's daughter, Teresa, took to Facebook to share that her father, who has bone cancer, was hospitalized and required surgery for brain bleeding. Oh my goodness. Vu, who is now conscious but experiencing some memory loss, being unable to remember why he was in the hospital, also needed a nasogastric tube to assist with eating, hydration, and medication, as he could not swallow properly due to a neck injury. Oh my goodness. Meanwhile, the OCPD has put the officer on a paid administrative leave as they investigate the incident. The department assured the community that the case is being thoroughly investigated. Paid administrative leave. The cop must be charged and fired. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, hold on. Let me send this to myself so I can make sure I do a follow-up. Let's see what happened. Child, hold on. Let me get over here. All right, so let's get into these comments. Well, as sad as this is to watch, the vote is in. We showed up. for saying shut up. Howard Trip is the drink of choice. Okay? Asian Americans voted for police immunity. So guess what? Now they about to experience what black people been experiencing. Look at him. Child, he thought his skin color was gonna be, oh, it's gonna save you. Nope, nope, nope. You going down. I'm not saying that this is right, child, but I mean, when they vote for it, what can we can't argue with them. They wanted that. I guess they wanted to see how it would feel, to get roughed up. No shade. Y'all forgive me. I don't know. I don't know why in a blazing bejesus somebody will vote for that. But, that's not none of my business. They said that they voted for it. Somebody said you voted for that. I don't know why they would vote for it, I really don't know. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. All right. At the age of 87, Osceola McCarty donated her life savings of $150,000, which she has saved over decades from planning jobs, to help Black students pursue higher education. I want to help somebody's child go to college. I'm giving it away so that the children won't have to work as hard as I did. Come on. And we thank you. And we thank you so much. We thank you so much. And that's what it's about. That's why I say, when we vote, we're voting for future generations, and I feel like everybody should be involved to vote. If you have the right to vote, go out and vote. Utilize that right, All right. Shout out to Miss Beautiful. Breakdown on Donald Trump coming for the trans community. Woo, child. All right. Y'all ready for this? Dun, 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 dun. Let's go.
Plans on cracking down on trans people. We have a video here. Remember when he was releasing a whole bunch of policy videos for a while? We have his take on trans issues here. Let's watch.
Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children.
That's a lie. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. I have the numbers here in a second. I'll walk through the exact numbers with you in a second. But the idea that children are getting, gender surgery is just not accurate. It's not correct. So that's the first point. Is this is shadow boxing here. It's picking an issue that's red meat to the base that'll get them all riled up, and throwing it out there. But there is no actual problem here because it's not actually happening. Okay, but he's going to take it further. So wait for it.
I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age.
At any age. At any age. So you don't want, even in college, you're not allowed to have the conversation about trans people or gender dysphoria. You're not allowed to have that conversation. One more time. What do you say?
I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age.
So would he cut off Department of Education support to any even university that discusses gender dysphoria? Is that what we're talking about here?
We'll then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures, and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states.
Prohibiting child sexual mutilation. We're going to propose a law to ban this thing that's already not done.
Used to promote or pay for these procedures.
And by the thing the federal government's not going to promote or pay for any of these procedures. He's bringing that up because this was a main line of attack against Kamala on the campaign trail, that she's in favor of gender reassignment surgery for prisoners paid for with your tax money. Turns out that was the exact same policy that was in place for Trump. Why? Because when you're in prison, you get healthcare, and part of healthcare is if somebody is diagnosed with gender dysphoria and the treatment that's best for them is transitioning, they would transition. So it was the exact same policy under him as it was under Kamala. But now with the massive wave of anti-trans ideology among the right-wing base online, now this is, he really leaned into it. By the way, Trump admitted something interesting the other day. He was like, nobody actually brings this up to me. So in other words, It's like a manufactured issue among the online right. Nobody brings it up to him in real life, but he's running on it to throw red meat to that base.
And pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately.
This right here is the first time he's actually talking about something super extreme. Because he said, he didn't just say surgery, he said chemicals too. So in other words, no treatment for any youth, even if they've officially been diagnosed with gender dysphoria and they've gone through the proper channels and their parents are involved and the therapist or psychologist or psychiatrist is involved. He's saying, even in that instance, no hormones, no puberty blockers. So basically saying in no circumstance can you get any kind of treatment for gender dysphoria if you're under a certain age. And he's actually going to go further too in just a second. Wait for it.
I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children.
So in other words, 1% of people who detransition, he wants to give them the ability to sue out of existence any doctor that would perform any trans operation. Basically trying to handcuff that entire field of medicine so nobody can transition. Wait, he's going to say more explicitly.
The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients.
I love this. This is amazing. Oh my God. It turns out it looks like this is an industry and people are making profit. Why are you singling out any sort of trans healthcare? They're trying to make a profit in healthcare. I got news for you. Big Pharma price gouges the shit out of everybody, and you did nothing about it in your first term. Nothing. Health insurance companies are nothing but a colossal mafia middleman in between you and your doctor where they take a cut and rob you. Why do we even have health insurance companies? We could have a single health insurer, which is the government, like other developed countries do. We don't. And by the way, he's not even in favor of that, of having actual no health insurance companies and, a single payer system. So the one time we found that any Republican is willing to go, oh my God, profit in healthcare, is when it comes to trans stuff. Every other topic, right? Cancer, heart disease, stroke, viruses, whatever it is, every other topic, it's yeah, of course. The hospital can price gouge you. The health insurance company can price gouge you. Big Pharma can price gouge you. They can make preposterous amounts of money. Remember, we covered a story a while ago. There was some cancer drug that it cost like $40 to make, and they were charging $42,000 or something like that for it, or $38,000, whatever the exact numbers were. Like this, so many drugs are like this. He hasn't lifted a fucking finger to lower drug prices. But here he is. Oh, yeah, profit motive in healthcare. You believe this? You believe this? And really, the only reason he's doing this, the only reason he's discussing it is because these people don't believe in any sort of trans healthcare. They think being trans is fake. That's what's at the core of it. They think, this is not a real thing. And what you need to do is cling harder to your traditional gender at birth, your sex at birth. If you're a man, you got to try to be more manly. If you're a woman, you got to try to be more feminine. This is the ideology, right? It's the old school traditional ideology of like, everybody shut the fuck up and play the role you're supposed to play, which is exactly the shit that they used to say about gay people. Exactly the same shit they used to say about gay people, right? Like, I don't know, inject them with some fucking testosterone or something and tell them to man up, right? Like this was the ideology. Eventually people realized, hey man, turns out gay people are just gay. There's nothing you can really do about it. They're just gay. But they haven't gotten there with trans people yet. With trans people, it's, oh my God, it's a social contagion and kids are being tricked into thinking that they're trans and blah, blah, blah. And here we are.
We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed.
All right. So, child, that was a lot right there. I'm going to ease up the moment with a buy that I went and did at this Walgreens that's near. I went to Walgreens, and this right here is Walgreens. It's an exfoliating cleanser with salicylic acid I got it, and y'all guess how much I paid for it? Okay, so the original, this is an exfoliating cleanser. It was $11.99, guys. It was $11.99, and I'll show you. See, $11.99. I got it on clearance, and guess how much I paid for it? This was $11.99. I paid $1.29 for this. $1.29 for this. Something that costs about $12, $13, $11.99, plus tax. This is what I did. On a budget, it's okay to stretch that dollar. It's okay to go and shop in the clearance aisle. I was able to get more bang for my buck. And then whenever you shop at Walgreens, they give you points. Excuse me. So whenever you go, make sure you add your points. Okay. So my total savings was $10.70. Okay, $10.70. So I'm gonna try this out. I have not tried it out yet, but I think that I'm gonna do a video of it pretty soon. But I just wanted you guys to make sure you are checking out your clearance aisles and the stores that you frequently shop. Listen here, it has been a great engagement with you all. I really appreciate you. Listen here, this was the Overnight Express. Excuse me, the Overnight Express. If you all would like for me to come back around this time, let me know, and I will definitely make this a regular thing. I'm just trying out different things to see what you all kind of gravitate to, who all shows up, and I do that by looking at the numbers. So the numbers reflect if somebody's going to come by, So make sure you all set your notifications. Like I said, I'll be making a video of this. Oh, and check out the community wall. I have been putting daily devotion. I have been putting it up. All right. Oh, so we are at 1,000 subscribers. Our backup channel, that is Next Case with Queen Tulsa. Make sure you are subscribed to that channel as well. Actually, let me go ahead and drop it in the chat. And we're going to listen to some music. We're going to chill. And we're going to roll it that way. Some music for us, and I'll see y'all on the next broadcast.
On the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell about the healer, greater is the one within, and call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and never wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a diva. Take her higher, higher. Fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher, higher. Fly about the valley and the fire. Train her feet for running. Show her everything, how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for becoming. Even in the fever, baby, cry and get to running. And tell her that you better get your bootstraps up with the army. Ready when the truth act up, nothing can harm me. Yelling from the roof I touch, put up a guard and count to 10. Lions den, speaking with the higher pen. Can't be touched by fire. Fast forward to the grown things now. I'm working on them soul things now. Forgiving all your old ways. But it's harder on the cold days. Cold days. Never been a product of a flawless environment. Never acted like I'm higher than you. And I still pray, dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away, yeah. Dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away, yeah. Cause I would rather be running away. I would rather be running. Dear God, won't you send me a break? Cause I need to get away, I need to get away now. I need to get away.